Look, we all know Russia. They've got that whole stern babushka judging your life choices vibe down to a T. While the West has been busy arguing over the correct way to pronounce GIF, Russia has been quietly crafting a master plan. This is about fundamentally reshaping the global order, with Russia sitting pretty at the top, so buckle up as we unpack this geopolitical thriller. Imagine a world where the West, particularly the United States, doesn't get to call all the shots. That's the multipolar world that Russia is keen on. Russia sees the current system, dominated by the West, as inherently unfair. They're cozying up to China, India, and anyone else who feels neglected by the West. The more successful they are, the less influential the West becomes. If you think Russia is going to challenge the West with tanks and troops alone, bless your heart. This is the era of hybrid warfare, where the battlefield is more about memes and misinformation. It's about using cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, and support for proxy groups to weaken your enemies from within. It's cheaper than a full-blown invasion and often more effective. So, the next time your Wi-Fi goes down or you see a juicy headline, don't rule out Russia's involvement. Russia has gone all in on the defender of traditional values narrative. They look at the West and say, oh hell no, that's not right. This narrative plays well both at home and abroad, rallying support from conservatives. While the West debates gender-neutral pronouns, Russia paints itself as the defender of all that is good and holy. And you know what? It's working. Remember that time your roommate refused to do the dishes until you paid them? That's Russia's energy policy. Europe loves its Russian gas, and Russia knows it. Whenever Europe talks about sanctions or diversifying energy sources, Russia turns down the gas tap. It's not just about Europe. Russia is making energy deals worldwide. As long as the world remains hooked on Russian energy, they'll always have leverage. Maybe it's time to think about renewable energy sources. Let's talk about spies. Russia makes the CIA look like bumbling interns. We're talking highly trained operatives and deep cover identities. The goal? To gather information, sow discord, and make life difficult for the West. It's about creating doubt and undermining trust. So, the next time you see someone reading War and Peace on the subway, don't be fooled. Diplomacy is the art of getting what you want without violence. Russia is quite good at it, especially with countries the West has overlooked. They're forging alliances, signing treaties, and making the West feel left out. They're offering military aid and economic assistance, positioning themselves as an alternative to Western influence. More countries are starting to see Russia as a viable partner, which is exactly the kind of multipolar world Russia hopes for. You can't talk about Russia without mentioning their military. Russia is serious about modernizing its military, investing in new weapons and technology. They've got hypersonic missiles, stealth submarines, and enough tanks to make a statement. They're not afraid to show it off with strategic deployments and joint exercises. It's about deterrence and sending a message. We're back, and we're not afraid to use our military. So, maybe, don't poke the bear. How is the West responding? Imagine pigeons trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. Some countries want to play tough with sanctions, others are hesitant. The West is looking a bit stretched with internal divisions and debates about NATO expansion. This lack of unity plays right into Russia's hands. If the West wants to counter Russia's plan, they need to present a united front. Otherwise, they might find themselves on the losing side of this geopolitical chess match. So, there you have it. Russia's master plan, laid bare. The question is, can the West counter these moves and find their collective backbone? Or are we witnessing the birth of a new global order? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth geopolitical analyses.